All right. So, JT, thanks for reaching out, bud. Appreciate it. In watching the games back, didn't see anything huge, just a few habits to point out and to show you what you're doing really well and also show you what maybe could be improved. So, in this first clip, we see as a center, you know you should be back here helping out. The only thing I would like to see here a little bit more is to identify swivel, head on a swivel, pick up a guy. So it looks like now for the rest of the shift, you're kind of just watching the puck. You end up making a really good play because you're somewhat near the right position. Um, but just in general, one thing I noticed is in the D zone, the center isn't really responsible for just going to the puck 24/7. You're kind of like a third defenseman out there, always helping them out. So what I would like to see is just head on a swivel, say, okay, that defenseman has this guy, Gibbs should have this guy. That means this is my guy. Let me make sure he doesn't score. Now on this play, Gibbs doesn't make a good play, and you come to the rescue. So nothing bad about this. We'll watch it. Bad play by Gibbs, but you come over and save the day. We'll just watch that kind of in frame by frame real quick. Right, so now it looks like you're kind of watching the puck. This isn't what we want right here because if this was a better team, these two guys would be in shooting positions. And look, our defenseman and our center, everyone is watching the puck. One pass could beat all you guys. So what I would love to see is just a head on a swivel, take note of, okay, where's my guy? I need to be on him. So what ends up happening is Gibbs doesn't make the greatest play. He goes and challenges this guy, but the puck gets through him. And thank God you're there to save the day, right? That could have been a goal, but you make a nice play, tip the puck out. Now on the rest of this shift, you rush up, and we'll just watch it first. So harmless shot, but what I would like to see there is the next level of the game that I think you can get to is to say, okay, there's three people ahead of me. That means one of them is a defenseman. So that means you have to cover for this defenseman. So if Frank enters the zone and he has the puck, doesn't have the puck, but he's the third forward, for lack of a better term, you should recognize, oh, I have to cover for him. Now I have to play some D. So right here, a lot of opportunity to say, okay, there's three ahead of me, I need to stay back, right? But instead, you kind of crash on that. But I ask, what happens if Frank's shot rims around wide and it's, all the way around? Now it looks like they have a 2-on-1 going the opposite way. So especially in playoffs, we need to play smart defensive hockey, and it's in all three zones. So if Frank's shot rims around and you're still going to the net, now we have four guys deep. It's a 2 or a 3-on-1. So what I would like to see there is for you to kind of cover for Frank in case this puck gets rimmed around. And now you're covering for him until he tells you, okay, I'm back, now you go. Because like I said, if that puck rims around, that could be a 2-on-1. But overall, great play in the D zone, lifting that stick. And we'll watch that one more time. Good stick on puck there. So the second clip, love what you do as soon as you come off the bench. So let's just watch that first. You're going to be coming off the bench right here. You identify you're the center. This might be your guy. He's not picked up. You lift the stick, steal the puck. So that was really good. The only thing I would say about that is in the playoffs, that little second could matter, right? So when this guy is wide open right here, if this forward gets him the puck right here, that could be a really good shot on net. Now he took an extra second, which allowed you to lift his stick. That's a really good job. But the only thing I would say is from the moment you step on the ice, you should be going balls to the wall, especially if the puck is in our D zone, because technically, really, we shouldn't be changing when the puck's in our D zone. So I'm not sure who changed. Looks like it was Stone. That's a bad change and something that we're going to go over in team video on Friday. But when you get off the bench, I would like to see your posture is pretty straightforward. I would like to see you just sprint down, right? Because right when you get off the bench, you see this guy's wide open. So you do pick him up, but in playoffs, that extra second could be the difference between a goal against and a really good play. So it looks like you kind of turn the Jets on around right here, right? You're watching. Oh no, now I need to pick him up, and you get there in time. Right here, this is a tough one. I'm sure you didn't anticipate the D to step up like you did, like he did. That's just a tough play. D made a really good read there, so not much we can say about that, except once we lose possession of the puck, right? Good job over here. So the only thing I'll say here is we have Nico. See, that's another bad change that I'll call out in team video. Watch Nico right here. The puck is right by him and he elects to change. That's something we can't do. But let's go back to you. So in the neutral zone, if you see two forwards on one side of the ice, that should be your cue. Hey, maybe I should just hang out in the middle here. You kind of drift over. And I notice our team does that a lot, where we're kind of all bunched up on one side of the ice, then one pass, and now they have all the space in the world to do anything. So what I would like to see here is for you to recognize, look, there's two of my forwards on one side of the ice. So I'm just going to hang out here, right? You can be back skating. Your face and your helmet should be facing the goalie. And just think if they come across, if they want to hit this guy, they're going to have to go through me. They're going to have to thread a beautiful pass through my stick, through my skates, but I'm there to pick that off. So right here, you're kind of just in no man's land. And now we have three forwards all bunched up on one side. So when you're out on the ice, just trying to think about positioning, and especially in the neutral zone, it, sometimes forwards get mixed up, right? So it could be left wing, right wing, center. It doesn't really matter at this point. So what I would like to see is you recognize these two forwards are bunched up over here. Maybe you stay over here. Because if you stay over here, maybe you could pick that pass off, but it looks like it maybe not. But now at least we have another defender helping out Eddie on this weak side. So now they have all the time in the world. And again, it looks like you're just kind of like puck watching here, which if you see, if you notice, right, so Georgie goes down. I assume there was no communication between you guys, so if the winger goes down, you should try and be talking to him and saying, "Okay, you stay down, I'll get point, stay there." Now he's playing center. Um, I don't think that happened, but we'll see what happens on the rest of the shift. So even right there, right? So we lose possession of the puck, they have possession of the puck. Right here, you're stopping and watching the puck. What I would like to see is for you to just stick on one guy, identify your man, and make sure that he doesn't even touch the puck. If they pass, they're not going to pass to him if you're right on top of him. Because what happens is this could have been a goal, right? So now, as the play develops, we see Jorgensen on this guy, Eddie on this guy. This should be your guy, right? So you're the closest to him, right? And it looks like if that was a good pass, if that forward was a little bit more skilled, that's a shot 3 feet from the net. Um, so it looks like he fumbled the puck, but that's just one situation where, as a center, you should be always thinking which guy is open, who's in a scoring position, let me eliminate that player. And by eliminate, I don't mean, take out his knees or anything. I mean just stay on top of him, get your stick under his. If the puck comes, you lift that stick, right? Because right here, he fumbles the puck, but that could be a good shot on net. And even more so over here, we see we're probably in good position here because that forward's high. Um, so all around, this was a good effort to get back, lift his stick. D made a good play, but I won't fault you for that. You made a really good play. So that's something I don't see a lot of centers do. And in watching these clips back, I notice you've done it a few times. So that's something we're going to need you to continue to do. I mean, that's how guys win the Selke Trophy in the NHL is being a dual threat, right? Their offense, but their defense is just great. And what I saw in this play, lifting sticks, getting stick on puck, that's all really good stuff. So keep that up. So in this next clip, I saw a few things that I think will be easy fixes and some really good things. So just to start, let's just watch. Well, to start, as you go further in your career in hockey, and this isn't a huge thing for high school hockey, but it's just a little thing where if I was scouting for a team, I would notice if a player did this and think, okay, he's really in tune with the game. He knows how to play his position. So when you're lining up for a draw, especially a D zone draw, you see the NHL guys, right? They're both hands are almost in a cross check position on the stick, but it's on their knees. They're skating up to the dot and they're taking a look. They're looking back at their defenseman, making sure he's ready. They're looking back at their goalie, making sure he's ready, looking back at all their other players, making sure he's ready. And only then do they get into the dot. The ref is not going to drop the puck if you're not there. So trust me, you can take an extra 1 to 2 seconds, kind of just skate slowly up to the dot, turn over your right shoulder, look at the D, make sure he's set, turn over your left shoulder, look at the goalie and the other players, make sure they're set. Because if a player is not set on your team and you take the draw, that's on you. That's on the center. The center really should only be taking that face off if all four guys, plus the goalie, including yourself, are ready. So, what I'd like to see is for you here, instead of just being first to the dot, head down, waiting for the puck, right? And we're already here, so it's not a big deal. But just little tips about the game is to just make sure that defenseman's set, these forwards are ready, the goalie's ready, and only then do you put your stick down and you're ready to take the face off. So that's just a little thing, and that's probably the next level of thinking about the game. But just from playing junior with really good players that are now playing pro, and I mean these are things that I learned from them, and um, these are things like just next level that may take your game somewhere. But what I want to point out in this clip is as the center, if you lose that draw, your responsibility is not to go out to the point. Your responsibility is to either lock up with this center, identify a forward that's not covered. I mean, when you lose that draw, you should really be just below these dots. Unless there's a third forward high that's wide open, think about, okay, I'm a defenseman now. I lose this draw, now I'm a defenseman in the D zone. So leave these two defensemen to our wingers, right? That's their primary responsibility. So if we watch, we lose this draw, but then you go right out. So right here, your first steps are out, and you're not really in a shot blocking position, kind of just in no man's land here, right? So this could be an instance where, hey, maybe Drew kicks out a rebound, maybe it's a pass to this guy and he bumps to this guy. But right now, you're not really locking up with anyone. So this defenseman has this defenseman has this one, and your guy is just kind of pretty open, right? So it was a harmless shot, not a big deal, but on the very next draw, the same thing happens, and it looks a little more threatening. I mean, nothing really comes of it, but it looks a little bit more threatening. And the video is going to cut out here in a second just because the ice done switched out. So again, your first steps are out over here. When you lose the draw and it goes back to that defenseman, your first thought needs to be, where's my guy? We're in defense mode. We're not in spring me for a breakaway mode. We're in I need to figure out where my guy is mode. So even right here, right, if this was a better team and maybe they had a set play, you go out. Maybe this guy bumps over here and this defenseman passes to him and this guy's wide open in the slot. And meanwhile, you're kind of up here in no man's land, just kind of perusing the D zone. So what I'd love to see is after you lose a draw in the D zone, think about where's my guy? I need to play defense. Instead of your first steps being out towards the defenseman, they should be just head on a swivel. You could even do a full 360 and say, okay, which guy is mine? And you'd see that, okay, this defenseman has this defenseman has this guy, so this must be my guy. And you should kind of just make his life uncomfortable, right? Get near him, put your stick under his. I mean, as a forward, if you're in the offensive zone and someone is just shadowing you and they're constantly in a position to interrupt a puck or a pass or a shot, it's annoying, right? So you want to be that guy in the D zone. So now, once we're over here, right? You're kind of just chilling over here, which is never a bad position. What I'd like to see you do is identify, okay, this defenseman has this guy, right? And it's constant head on a swivel. So your head should be turning. You should always be thinking about where's my guy, who's covered, who's not covered, instead of just watching the puck. Because with your head just glued in, lasered in on this puck, there could be someone behind you. You could be missing a guy. So again, here, your first steps are out towards the middle, right? When really you should be covering this guy in the corner because you should be acting like a defenseman here, right? So Jasper ideally should be covering this guy. He should probably be a step out and on this guy. And you should identify, well, this defenseman is all the way up near the point. That should be my cue that I need to go back. And this is your guy. So it does go over there, right? He misses a pass. You get back to the front of the net and you make a really good play. So that's the good play that I'm talking about. Stick on puck, that's really good. However, right, once we see that a defenseman is going out to the point and it's kind of a 50-50 puck, and we'll watch right here. So Jasper's trying to get sprung for a breakaway. The next level of that game is to identify Jasper's a defenseman, right? He may not win this puck. Probably not the smartest move on Jasper's part, but as a center, you should always be helping out your D in the D zone. So if you see Jasper get up here, that should be your cue. Oh shit, I got to stay back, right? And what happens is we lose the puck, and now this guy is wide open back here. If he was a little bit of a smarter forward, he'd probably be, you know, farther away from the boards and right over here, in which case now he could just go right in. But he's not, right? He gets the puck, and nothing really happens on this. But I do like that you identified your guy and picked up a stick. That's what I'd like to see all the time, right? Not just when, and it doesn't have to be constant lifting of the stick, but just in a position that if the puck comes to him, then you're in a good position to make a play. So what I do like about this is once we lose possession of the puck, you identify, oh, this guy's wide open on the back door. I'm going to take this away. And make no mistake about it, he might have thought about that, but the combination of Eddie going down to block that pass and you with your stick trying to lift his stick probably made him pass to this guy, right? And what happens? Jasper kind of runs through him, and now we're out of the zone. So overall, um, good shift. I think just in the D zone, try and get into the habit of, okay, I lose a draw. Where's my guy? Not, I'm going to go out and block this shot. The thought process should be, I lose the draw. Now I'm playing defense. And similarly, if Jasper goes up and he skates it, he may go through everyone and it might be a 2-on-1, a 3-on-2, good scoring chance for us, but he also might lose it. So when you see that, just try and hang back a little bit. But what I'm really encouraged by is even after that happens, look at you're getting back, you're back checking with a purpose, you're trying to get stick underneath his stick to lift. Um, and I think that's just an unnoticed play that maybe no one really saw, and all they saw was Jasper's hit. But on video, what I see is you getting back and you're deterring him from even passing there. So that's ending a play before it even starts. So really good job. So this is a clip where you just have a really good shift. It was unfortunately ended a little early, but really good shift. And this is what I'd love to see in the playoffs in the coming years. This is just textbook, and I'll break down everything you did right. So first, you know how to take a draw, right? Your top hand is a little bit low. I see that all the time. That's really good stuff. So the puck goes out to the point, and now you're in a good tipping position. That's perfect, right? And now you're battling in front. That's textbook hockey, really good stuff. The puck goes over here. But what do? You're constantly in a position to accept a pass. You get one whack at it, two whacks at it, three whacks at it, right? So, and then even after, you still go for the puck. So this shift, it seemed like you were just relentless on the puck and you really wanted the puck, right? And we've seen shifts, I've seen shifts from you where maybe you're a little bit tired and you're not always wanting the puck. This is what we mean when we say you need to want the puck. So just to break it down, right? Puck goes to the defenseman. and you're in a perfect tipping position, I've seen you get tips from this exact spot before, so keep that up. I mean, you have some of the best hand-eye on the team, so have some confidence, right? Like you should know, okay, I might get 60% of my goals on tips, which there's nothing wrong with that. Joe Pavelski has made a career out of that. So you're in a really good position to tip that puck, right? But then what I like about that is you identify, okay, the puck goes to Jorgensen. I'm going to battle for space in front, which is exactly what you do. Look, stick down on the ice. You're battling with him. You're getting body position on him, which is perfect, right? Because maybe Georgie gives that to you on your backhand and you just whip around and put it on net. So really good battle in front. But I think the best thing about this whole play is the puck is starting to leave the zone. Our defenseman keeps it. So you're in a good position to be the first back checker, the high F3. But once you realize that our defenseman has the puck, right, you turn back around, sticks on the ice. I assume you're calling for the puck. You're in a perfect position to accept the pass, right? And then look at Jorgensen. His stick's up in the air. If I was Mikey, I wouldn't pass to Jorgensen, right? It's probably just going to go right through him. But because your stick's down on the ice, you're ready to accept that pass. That's why he passed it to you. And that's perfect. And then what I like even more is, I mean, nothing in this life is easy, right? They're not going to make it easy on you. Your first shot gets interrupted, second shot gets interrupted, but then you still keep on battling and manage to get a third puck on net. And if Jorgensen didn't stay on the ice, maybe we're in that zone a little bit more. Maybe we score. Um, but just overall, really good shift there. So on this one, this is kind of just like a next level clip, right? And this is kind of more for your future in hockey. I see some really good things, but just some things that I want to point out too. So on this clip, we're killing a penalty. So right here, you're the winger. Okay, your first steps, right? I would love to see your first steps be a little bit more out here because in our scheme, Jermaine should know he has this top guy. Jasper should know he has this wall guy, and you should be on this guy. So this goal was definitely not your fault at all, but just something I want to point out and how we get mixed up on our PK a lot. Jermaine mistakenly went to this half wall guy. He shouldn't have, right? This is his guy. This half wall guy is not going to score from there. If he happens to come in, it's on Jasper to go out and block that shot, get in the shooting lane. And then if he actually threatens and goes in, then you can go back and help out. But what happens is we get a little mixed up. Jermaine really shouldn't be taking this pass away. That should be you. So it looks like you're a little bit too much in the center of the ice. I'd love to see you over here a little bit because remember, like you and Jermaine should be sticking on guys up top. So Jermaine has this guy. Jasper should be maybe out a little bit here. And once if Jasper goes there, Frank should know to cover back door, which I already sent this clip to Frank, so he does know. So we just kind of get a little bit bunched up. Frank should have got that back door for sure, but looks like you're on this half of the ice, right? This whole half of the ice, when really I'd love to see you just a little bit more over here because look, if this guy, he made a really good pass back door, but you're not really doing much here. If he happens to go to this defenseman, now he's wide open. Now Frank's got to get over, and now we're scrambling. So not your fault on that. Just little tips. Um, and then one other thing I saw on this shift is it looked like maybe you weren't ready to either accept a pass or defend a pass against. Um, and especially when you're one of the young guys and you're playing against guys 3, 4 years older than you, the game moves faster than what you're used to. And it's definitely an adjustment to the speed, the quickness of passes, everything. So I'm sure this will improve, in the years coming. But right here, this ends in a not a goal against, but a really good chance against. And right here, if you ever stick on the ice ready to accept that pass, maybe we're in the other zone. One thing I notice here is just the rink turns. If you want to go to a higher level in hockey, this is one thing that scouts look out for is does he stop and start? Is he in the right position? Is he always facing the puck? Or is he doing rink turns? So just watch yourself. I think you do like 2 or 3 spins, right? So that's one, now we're on two, and now we're back. So that's what we call a rink turn. So if we were doing sprints from here to here, as we sometimes do, right? You'd stop at those boards and then you'd cross over and get back. You wouldn't just do a little turn and come back. So that's what I mean by a rink turn. So that's just something for the future, to take you into your future career. But right here, it looks like you're not really ready to defend a pass. So this guy makes a really good pass too. I think I forget his name, but he makes a really good pass. So it looks like maybe if your stick is on the ice and you're ready to defend against something, if you knew that guy was there, maybe you pick that off, right? But your stick's up in the air, and I see this all the time, right? Eddie has a good stick on the ice. Jasper's stick is in the air, that's not good. This forward stick is in the air, that's not good. If you watch an NHL game, just pay attention to the guys without the puck. Um, their sticks are usually never in the air unless it's Ovechkin waiting for a one-timer on the power play. So right here, I'd love for you to just identify there's a guy right behind me, um, and maybe try and get a stick on that puck. But now, once we're in the zone, really good job right there. So that's a little thing that I noticed. So you're getting back, you see, oh, this guy has a stick. If that pass gets to him, that could be a goal. Um, Eddie really should have a stick on that puck, but really good job getting back. That's something I don't see a lot of our centers do. And then right here, you chip it off the glass to that defenseman. Jermaine should be out there for sure. But that next level of the game, maybe not in the playoffs, maybe play a little bit more conservative, but next year, and as you get confidence and as you grow, the next level of that game is to identify, right here, whether you get this puck or this forward gets this puck, it's going the same place. If this white forward beat you to the puck, he's probably going back to the D, and you give it right to the D, right? So Jermaine should have been there for sure, and good job going high off the glass. But the next level of the game, and Jasper probably should be communicating to you, like, give it back, or drop pass, something like that. But the next level of the game is to just get a little bit more confidence, and instead of just kind of not being cool under pressure and just saying, I need the puck out of here, I need the puck off my stick, you could take a turn back, right? If you had this puck, all you have to do is beat this one guy. So if you have confidence that, hey, I'm going to trick this one guy, I'm going to beat this one guy, I'm going to turn back, and now I can rush up ice, now I can give a pass, now we're out of the zone. See right here, look, there's one white jersey, two white jersey, three, four. If you beat this guy and you just do a turn back, now we have possession of the puck. And I know a lot of guys will say, "Oh, stop turning back, go forward." But sometimes that's not the best play, right? Listen to your coaches. Don't listen to the guys screaming on the bench, because guess what? I'm sending them their own clips. So sometimes the best play, if you see that it's a vacant point, you're just going to be giving it right to this point. Maybe just eat the puck, right? Put it in your skates, battle for the puck, and instead of just giving the puck up, maybe we win that puck battle. Maybe we're out of the zone. So it's never a bad play, right? If you think you're just going to give it right to that point, to maybe just try and beat this guy, right? Turn back this way. Or just if you see Jasper's there, bank it back here so that Jasper gets the puck. Um, but overall, I thought this was a really good shift. Um, just getting back and lifting up that stick, and that those are things that we're going to continue to need from you in the playoffs, right? So main things I want you to focus on in the playoffs is in the defensive zone. If you lose a face-off draw, you shouldn't be first steps out to the point, right? Your first thought should be, where's my guy, right? Where's my guy? Am I going to pick him up? Am I lifting a stick? Um, I don't want to be the guy that misses his assignment and then that guy scores. That should be your thought process. But overall, I saw some really good things on video, and some things that a lot of our centers don't do, which is get back check with a purpose, pick up sticks, end plays right around the net. And I did see that. So good job, bud. Gonna need more of that in the playoffs. So yeah, let's keep it rolling.